The 2015 National League Division Series coverage on TBS is presented by T-Mobile. The Cubs and the Cardinals. Chicago coming off their wild card win against Pittsburgh. And the Cardinals back for the fifth consecutive year. Baseball's best record to set off a fantastic season. For the Chicago Cubs, the batting order is presented by T-Mobile. And here's the lineup that Joe Madden will turn in. And it's led by Anthony Rizzo. And without Bryce Harper this season, Rizzo might have made a run at an MVP award. Rizzo finishing third in the National League in runs batted in. He had 31. He drove in 101. How about John Lackey? It's amazing that he's been able to put together the numbers he did this season at 36 years of age.
He really hasn't skipped a beat at all. In the World Series, he ends up with 3 hits.
And a strikeout to start it for Lackey. Got him with a curveball. Has had a good run this year against the Cubs as well, as Schwarber in his first pitch that he sees in the DS, a pop-up. Johnny Peralta is there, and 2 quick outs for John Lackey. He campaigned for the Cubs back in 1961, and Bryant rips one into left field. Holiday on that hobbled leg, able to run it down, and that's the inning. And that's a great start for Lackey and the Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals back in the postseason for the 5th consecutive year, the 4th straight under Matheny, and Matt Carpenter with a big season in the power game this year. He led these Cardinals in home runs, and he gives you a major power weapon right out of the gates. And it's a lefty-lefty matchup right out of the gates as well. And John Lester on the mound for the Chicago Cubs.
A long-time Boston Red Sox pitcher, came over to Chicago, free agent from the Oakland A's, who the Red Sox had traded to. That too.
They wanted him for these games.
Carpenter sends that one into left field. And that's Chris Coughlin out there for the Cubs. The every catcher's on their team with Montero and Schwarber. Piscotty, right field line. Long run. That's going to bounce. Schwarber picks up right where he left off in the regular practice today. And Holiday back up the middle and a base hit. Piscotty around third to throw home. One hops the tag, not in time. And Piscotty is in, and Matt Holiday delivers right out of the gates. Fires the Cubs in order with a strikeout. Now Hayward on the first pitch. Jason Hayward hitting cleanup tonight, and out to Coughlin. That is out number 2. Back. And that skips away from Ross. Holiday will go to second. On a wild pitch from John Lester. 1-2 the count. And down he goes. So Lester with a strikeout to end the inning, but the Cardinals strike first. And it's Matt Holiday who drives in Piscotty. And a little jam shot out there in the grass in the rover position is Wong for out number 1. That's he who command the corners very well. Chopper over to third. Scooped up nicely. Carpenter. Castro is retired. 2 up and 2 down for Lackey, and he's retired. Got him. And already a little barking at home plate umpire Phil Cuzzy. John Lackey finds the edge.
Like that.
And a wave and a miss, and John Lester picks up his second strikeout. He tore ligaments, re-injured it. They said right out of the gates it wasn't that bad, and Molina will take it. And a little flare, that's going to fall fair. And Wong with great speed on his way to second base. Coughlin's throw comes in late. 0-2 pitch. No problem for Castro, and that will retire the side. So Lester settles in here at Busch Stadium. 1-0 Cardinals. We go to the out there. 3-2 pitch, and hit hard into center field. Coming in is Hayward, playing very deep, but able to make the sliding catch. 2, he can go get him. David Ross, a roller to short. Peralta, and a low throw dug out by Piscotty. Against Kansas City, who would go on to win the World Series. And Lester grounds out against his good buddy, and that's that for the Cubs in the third. That's a 1-2-3 frame for Lackey. Boost. And another 3-2 hit hard into right center field. Long run, Schwarber, and he runs it down. Kyle Schwarber Another payoff coming. And on the 8th pitch, Lester picks up the strikeout in game, Matt Holliday. And right off the end of the bat, right over Lester. Castro bobbles and out at first. And Holliday hobbled by that quad injury. The Cardinals might want to take a look at this. Matheny is out. Matheny is going to ask his clubhouse crew to take a look.
He's out.
You know, Holliday was moving okay. Well, he's certainly not streaking, but he never was a fast player.
Don't hurt yourself, but he's out.
Managers win the challenge. You get to continue with challenges. And the hands to the headsets. That means a call is coming. And what does Dana DeMuth have to report?
Yes.
That's an out. So the call, I'm sure, they will say will stand. And Holliday is out, and that's it. And Fowler in the air. Shallow right center field. Long's going a long way back there, and he'll call it. And he's got it for out number 1. And they had the fewest shifts in all of baseball this season as Lackey misses away, and he's got a little stare down.
Get 10 guys out in a row, and all of a sudden you're in the stretch.
And Bryant on the ground. That's got a chance to be 2. Carpenter to second. Wong in time to first. And an inning ender for John Lackey. Bryant doesn't hit the ball on the ground that often. That's a bonus for the Redbirds. Around the horn they go.
It's not a good thought.
Jason Hayward, a line shot in the right field, a base hit. So Hayward turns it around quickly. And Hayward stays put, but he's on the run with a pitch in the dirt. Throw is late. And Hayward is in. Here's the payoff. And Peralta, swing and a miss. Down he goes. Lester makes a big pitch. Lester delivers. Called. Strike 3. Now Molina, he's swinging away at the first pitch. Fowler on his way, and he's got it, and that will retire the side. So that's a hold'em for John Lester after a leadoff single. Strands a runner at second. Player in the big leagues hit more often than Rizzo this year, and Lackey puts him away with a high fastball.
Shortstop and how he adjusted.
And Castro on the ground to short. He's sure-handed Johnny Peralta. Coughlin, a pop-up. Carpenter, easy. And John Lackey developing into a story here. He has held the Cubs hitless through the first 5 innings at Busch. And the 0-2, and Wong, a swing and a miss. Not much he can do with that one, especially with the injuries that they dealt with this year. As Lester makes quick work of Lackey. Back-to-back Ks gives him 8. 3-2 once again to Carpenter, and that's a high fly ball that's going to hang up there for Schwarber this time. And Carpenter is retired, and John Lester holds serve in the 5th. A 1-2-3 inning. Lackey returns to the mound. Pitch strikes. And that's up the middle, and that'll be a base hit for Russell. The first hit of the night for the Chicago Cubs, and it is Russell who delivers the rookie at first base. Stays put, and a call. Strike 3. Ross is out. We got a single off Lackey earlier this year. That's a wild pitch. That one goes back to the screen. Lester's just trying to bunt. I think he's up there to swing. And again, not bunting, but a ground ball. And Lackey is there for Piscotti. That is out number 2, but Russell does advance to third base.
Fowler, look at that.
And the 2-2, and Fowler sends one deep into right field. That is way back there. Grichuk out the wall. He's got it for the out. Woo, yikes. Dexter Fowler almost a 2-run homer. Instead, a long, loud out. Lackey still in the shutout. The 2015 NLDS on TV. Played all over for Matheny. Reaches out on that one. And a fly ball right in the tracks of Fowler. And that'll be out number 1. Let's take it. Faced him twice in September, and he tied him up. And that's the pitch that has made John Lester a side in the 60s. As Hayward on the first pitch. Nice play, Rizzo on the backhand. Underhand flip to Lester. John Lester holding fast here, but it's Lackey and the Cardinals with the lead. To play first base. That move Stephen Piscotti could be here if Grichuk He's not throwing the ball well. There's a bunt by Schwarber with the shift on. Tough play. Bare hand. The throw not in time. And Schwarber with a bunt single defying the shift. The big leaguer Tyler Wagner of Milwaukee. And Bryant a swing and a miss. Down he goes. That is a big one. 0-2 pitch. And back in there. Shot to Reynolds. Step on the bag. Got to tag him. And out at second. Again, Lackey goes inside, not outside. And a double play to end the inning.
Thinking ahead a little bit.
And that's good thinking. Way to play GM. Bouncing ball on a hop. Peralta to Addison Russell. And there is out number one. High volume of home runs. Right off the end of the bat, right to Lester, who bobbles, underhands, and Rizzo with the stretch and the pick for the out. And they might want to take a look at this one. Here's Yadier Molina with 2 away. And on the first pitch, again, he grounds to second. Castro will make the play. John Lester has retired 12 in a row, but he's down 1-0. Cubs are coming up. We're headed to the 8th.
Pitchers have been outstanding.
Matt Holliday with the RBI. There's a first pitch swing by Castro, and Peralta in the hole makes a play. Talented late inning high leverage bullpen. And in the regular season, you'd never take John Lackey out with a shutout. But Matheny will take the ball, and Lackey's going to get a huge ovation on his way out. Who was fantastic setting up for Trevor Rosenthal this year.
Yeah, Mike Matheny went out to bring this guy in a lot.
And the 1-2 is in there. A called strike. Seegers comes in. Dominant closers in the game. 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Russell is down on strikes. And the shutout is alive. Seegers gets the final 2 outs in the 8th. 1-0 Redbirds. Pencil Lackey in for 7 1/3. And Wong rolls over 1 to second base. Starlin Castro will make the play. There is out number 1. Lester in a 3-1 count, and Pham launches one. Tommy Pham will watch this one fly away. And Carpenter draws the walk. Season. Road teams are now 5-1. The Cardinals are trying to make it the second victory. Pedro Strop. Carpenter at first. Piscotty, and that ball gets away from Ross. Back to the screen it goes. And Carpenter will advance. Got a chance to drive in a run. And that ball's deep. Stephen Piscotty sends one way back in left field. And there she goes. Half their roster is made up of homegrown players. Rizzo to Strop, and Holliday is out number 2.
Hey, why?
Hayward, weakly hit ground ball. Rizzo to Strop. The inning is over, but the damage is done. It's rookie time in St. Louis as well. Tommy Pham, first career postseason at bat. Piscotty does the same. 4-0 Cardinals.
Then coming in with a 1-run lead, you see what he's done. 48 out of 51.
And a call, strike 3. Rosenthal rings the bell on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 count. Cubs down 4-0, and that's ball 4. Soler in his first postseason at bat draws the walk. Playing big tonight. And a call, strike 3. Rosenthal again. 5 series, first ever postseason matchup. Schwarber down the left field line, fair. On the move was Soler. He'll end up at third base, and Kyle Schwarber, wasting no time, slaps one down the line. And a call, strike 3, and the ball game is over. Rosenthal strikes out Bryant, and the Cardinals win game 1. 4-0 the final.